This season we have another son who is following the Formula One footsteps of his father, 17-year-old Max Verstappen. But Villeneuve has concerns over the source of his motivation.
He's been in a go-kart since he was 5, and you have the impression that it's his dad that's in the car. You know, his dad is there present, pushing him. So that's one aspect I don't relate to, and you see that in a lot of football, hockey, you know, the football parents. And that's a little bit what you see, but I think Max doesn't have a choice. He's 17, so he's not even allowed to travel alone. So that's, you know, he cannot really help that.
We spoke to Max to get his thoughts on what it's like following his father into the sport.
I think the most important thing about racing itself, if you want to do it yourself, is not that you get pushed by your parents. And luckily that was not the case by me, because the first time I asked if I could get a go-kart, my dad said, no, we have to wait until you're 6. Back then I was 4 years old, so I started crying. After half a year of crying and pushing, I got my go-kart. At the end of the day, my dad was still very pleased, I think, that I choose to be a racer.
No, I think it's exciting. He knows what he's doing, I hope so, and then it's good to see. As a father, you want to do the best for your son and to go as well as possible, you know, and just to help him with some information, you know, be careful, you know, don't go off, you know, and what, you know, and just tell him a little things, but nothing special really.
To be honest, I don't feel any pressure from my dad's side, just because we are very close to each other. We did everything together, because when I was in go-karting, he was also my mechanic, my engine tuner. We went to the races together because we brought the go-karts to the track. So we had a very close bond, and I think that was very important, you know, to get success. I started doing races in go-karting when I was 7 years old. And from there on, when I turned 12 until 16, I raced internationally, and we had some great seasons there, and I learned a lot. Go-karting basically is the school you need to do before you go into car racing. You have close racing, setup work, in a basic matter, you learn in karting. And just the experience, you know, you do a lot of laps, you face a lot of problems, and from there on, we decided to go into car racing, of course, because your goal is F1, so you have to start somewhere. But it's quite a big step normally from go-karting to F3. It was a big risk, but in the end it paid off, and we had a great season in F3. And in the middle of the season, in the F3 Championship, we got an offer, you know, to race in F1 next year. So that was a big moment in my career. When my dad was an F1 driver himself, of course I went to some races. I was still very young, I was around 4 or 5 years old. But the most funny part is I was running around in the paddock like a little kid, and it felt like a playground. And then a few years later, you're there yourself, and it's like one big world, and it's all very serious. I made some big steps, but I think the most important thing is that you have to believe in yourself and focus on the job you have to do, and I think I'm on a good way now.